May 1st, 2023, or as they say in Ghana, 1st May. And I just wanted to show you the grass that's been mowed. So again, anything that will break down eventually you can use as compost. So these are like freshly mowed grass. Love the smell of it. And just add it to the brown leaves. And I'll tell you what, in a few months they're all going to break down. They're going to give you some rich humus to put under your budding tomatoes or peppers or whatever it is that you're growing. Okay, so the soil eventually is going to break down. You see this? Very rich. So this is where we are, showing you how I add that to the leaves. So it could be cutting grass and adding it to brown leaves that drops off any tree. Right. Then what else can I show you? So some of my tomatoes, or some of the tomatoes, grew so big that I had to put them in the ground. So it's still kind of cold, but they were dying in the pots now. Rather than come out and sit out here than in the dying pot. They kind of outgrew the pots. So here we go. That some of the tomatoes have eventually been moved up. It's like when you get older and you have to take care of yourself now. And here they are. This pan, okay. I'll tell you what happened yesterday. It kind of rained and rained and rained. This is oregano. Tomatoes. And rained and eroded a little bit of my garden. And that's why compost is very, very important, because it will help a bit. Guess what? I also had some potatoes, all right? I had potatoes that were kind of growing in my kitchen cabinet. So what do? Yep, you guessed it. I threw it in a pot. And as you can tell, they're growing. So these are potatoes. Right? There's potatoes in this pot as well, but they haven't grown. Then the other thing I wanted to show you was the town that we live in have horses. They have the horses that they use for parades. And guess what the horses do? They poop. They poo. So what happens is the town gives it away as manure. So what you see that I'm stirring is horse manure. Just like any other manure, really. Like I said, it rained so much yesterday. I thought it was those days of Noah. These are lettuce, baby lettuce coming up. It's a tomato I planted, another tomato. Baby tomato. These are called jumping jacks. Okay, another tomato. Put 2 lettuce in here. There you go. See, 1 lettuce, another lettuce, and tomato. So that's where we are. The garden is not really ready in terms of temperature. I'm not talking about cleanup. The other day I cleaned it all out. Guess what this is? Those are garlic that grow automatically from last season. So temperature, yeah. So the temperature is still not steady at night, but it's better than before. Should be probably like 41 degrees Fahrenheit now. And I figured, hey, gain some, lose some. Again, those tomatoes were outgrowing their pots and leaning over. I'll show you how they look like. They were so overgrown. Okay, you see how they're overgrown and kind of flipping over. So I figured, you know what? Even if it's cold at night, I'd rather have them out here. So see, I started putting them in the ground. And students, that's where we are. The Adukroman Foundation beginning to put tomatoes in the ground. Now, I'm not growing peppers right now. The peppers will automatically really die. So this is just for tomatoes. I'll probably plant the peppers in June. So we have about a month more to go. So it's just tomatoes. This one just, I'll show you when it starts to behave. Now it's just miserable. And then the tomato. Alright, more garlic. And the sound you hear is my husband mowing the lawn and giving me all that grass over there so I can compost. All I do is add it to these leaves, the grass and the leaves, and they break down beautifully. So that's it, students. I'll show you more when I think I'm going to plant everything I have this weekend, because the temperatures will be really steady. They'll be like 60 degrees at night. All right. Take care, students. Thank you. Work hard. This is where all the grass came from. So all the grass you're going to see in the garden is from this freshly mowed lawn. And you don't just throw it out. You recycle, you compost it, and then eventually when your tomatoes and peppers and everything buds and blooms would have broken down, so you can use it to feed them. So that's what the Adukroman Foundation hopes that every household in Adukroman will do. Gather your leaves, gather your grass, gather your food scraps, compost them, use them, recycle. That's how nature wants it.